Hello everybody, welcome to the top 5 tips of the month. As you know, this series is something I do each and every month. It just highlights 5 top tips that will prepare you for future bits of content that may be coming out or something that's going to be coming on this month. So we're going to go over the 5 tips in particular, which should be time coded. So we'll click on each tab if anybody knows how that system is with this one. The first tip is Gallon Wonderland. Now Gallon Wonderland is something that runs for 5 weeks. This gives you a good opportunity to pick up shards as well as, you know, other things that are going on with this particular event, whether or not it's something to do with the special objectives, which you have to just grind the side quest in order to do. But let's face it, as you know, if you go to the side quest, you will see some of the champions you do need to fight on the route, but there are easy, cheesy options. So, like, you know, it's up to you whether you want to go via the side quest in order to kind of fight some of these 6-star versions of some of the champions you've got to face. Or, as it says, week in, week out. Like on week 2, you've got to fight Dr Voodoo, She-Hulk, Cable, Gwenpool. Week 3 is Symbiote Supreme thing, Namor, to name but a few, and the same thing with week 4, which is Black Widow, Deadly Origin, Sorcerer Supreme, Silver Centurion, and the final week is America Chavez, Jubilee, Misty Knight, etc. Now, you do get some of these champions to fight a lower rarity. Kabam give out those in the calendar, so hey, that's good. But also you can have the option of using your own roster that's currently there. So you can either fight the 2-star version or fight the 6-star version if you have it, depending on what rarity you have. If you've got a 3-star version, 4-star version, then that's good. I like using 6-star versions of certain champions against these particular lower ones, or taking any champion against you know, a lower rarity, higher rarity. You choose how you want to go and take it down, but it's a very straightforward kind of like solo event in order to grind. Second tip is all about the Legend Celebration event. This is something that goes out once a year. I don't know if Kabam are putting out mythic crystals shards into this, and I don't think they're going to be doing anything when it comes to golden battle chips, which they had this boost back not a year ago, I think it was a year before. So whether or not Kabam will roll some of this stuff out, I don't know. I think it's very unlikely. This is just the image if you haven't seen this event quite before, where you get to trade and stuff. And as well, like, the best way to kind of like prepare for this one is, first of all, these Legend Celebration crystals are actually really good, and I really recommend trying to set up something like an alarm. I normally like to get like my phone and set like rolling alarms that just kind of go, okay, well, once it's you know, once it's kind of like applicable to pick up the crystal, I'll set myself a little timer or a little kind of like alarm, as I said, and you know, just kind of like, you know, put out like some kind of alarm that goes crystal 1, crystal 2, crystal 3, or on those 7-hour kind of things. Or I collect the crystal and then put a 7-hour kind of like alarm in, and that will help out. And the reason that they're important is that they have things like tier 1 alphas, units, shards. It's not going to be super spicy shards, but having a chance to get like units, revives, and other stuff, like, hell yeah, if you get even if you collect a maximum of 21, for example, and of those 21 crystals, you pick up 5 revives. It's like, well, you got that for free, so it's like, it's kind of a no-brainer with this stuff. So it's up to you how you want to do this. And as well, from other stuff with like collecting items and rewards and things, and I would recommend kind of like going to different areas. If you've seen my little my little spreadsheet, which I'll try and put a link to in the description. You can go to different places in the game in order to pick up certain things, like your revives, health potions, in order to trade them in, because it's a trade-in store, and it's really important to kind of like grab the items you got, trade them in for stuff. The key date is the 9th of August, so by the time videos comes out, it's like tomorrow, that you would then start your 12-day before expiry situation, 14-day stash expiration, so you can go and grind out to your heart's content and save up. So it's up to you with that particular one. And a quick final note on the situation of legendary event is, make sure you grind the Halls of Glory, Halls of Gold, and Halls of Healing. Very important for reinvesting into this particular event, but also maybe thinking about the future and saving up for things like the Act 8.1 launch, which if I'm guessing right, should be in like a September time, which would be really good, because then that's like a month and a bit away. So that's the bit of content I'm most excited for. Yeah, doing Grandmaster Gauntlet for the second time, but that is, you know, that's something I can do at any time. Tip number 3 is all about Cyber Weekend. So here's some facts for you. Cyber Weekend is 110 days away, right? 110 days away for Cyber Weekend. Cyber Weekend will drop on the 26th or Friday the 25th of November, and that's kind of about 15 weeks and 5 days. It's about 110 on the day standpoint. Very handy for certain things like collecting units. As you know, I'm kind of like working on that as I can, a little bit to grind here or there to grab my units. It does mean if there's 110 days, then there's 110 solo events. 110 solo events means that there's going to be 110 times 25 of the units, and we'll give you 2,750 units for your trouble if you are looking to grab by that means. It also means for 15 weeks there is 30 rotations of the standard arena, not counting the catalyst arenas, so it does give you a real big perspective. You know, I mean, here's some like quick, we'll just do some quick kind of like calculations like right off the bat right now. You know, we'll bring up the calculator. I mean, for example, if you're looking to get yourself let's just say 158 a time, you would literally pump in like 158 times, again, the 30, 4,740 units if you just did one arena to 158 kind of like you know, extent. But again, that's down to a personal preference of how much you want to grind in game and where you want to do it. You could even do some like some solo events, but you could do a 3-day alliance event. Look, 100 again, let's just throw numbers out there. It's 30 like alliance events times 25 units. Again, like, it's not going to be a huge amount, but that's like, you know, 600 plus units. Again, with like doing things like normal, heroic, and master, you're looking at 150 units a pop for what is August, September, October, and November's events right there. So it's going to be like 4 times 300 if you only do 2. Look, there are units out there to go and grind. It is a case of like how much you want to do, where you want to go. Do you want to avoid arena? Those are going to be some kind of decisions you need to make. But there's a load of units still available to grind. And also maybe it's better to take a consideration into this because of now. And that doesn't even take in battle chips being popped open. You could have a load. We'll do a full breakdown of a unit grind guide very, very soon, which I think I've already done, by the way, so maybe I don't need to repeat that. But yeah, there's units out there. And also you've got to think about Cyber Weekend and gifting event if you are non-spending and looking to grind out units between now and then. Tip number 4 is all about preparing for Paragon, or pushing to Paragon, I should really say. Pushing to Paragon is a bit more straightforward. I mean, for me, I kind of feel like I've got choices. So one of the big advantages I have now is I can choose what content I want to do in order to become Paragon. And it's going to be a case like I could either, as you know, I've talked about this kind of method before, pick a mix. It's something in the UK about picking confectioner. I think they've got it in other countries, but if you don't understand about this, basically I can choose which content I want to do in order to become Paragon. So it's either going to be a case of like, and as we've got here with a little spreadsheet, is that look, I could choose side quest, 11,400 tier 6 basic fragments, 9,000 tier 3 alpha. Yeah, okay. Plus my Cavalier grind, so that's plus like there, 17,100 tier 6 basic, and then tier 3 alpha's got 13,500. I could even wait out to get like Eternity of Pain rewards if I choose, or I could go and do Grandmaster Gauntlet, or I could go to the Loyalty Store. I could do Loyalty Store, and I could do side quest and Cav, and get Paragon, or you know, I could do Grandmaster Gauntlet and Cav and side quest and have it done like sooner. Like I literally could do Cav and Grandmaster Gauntlet, and then it's like that's done in a day. So that may be something I choose, but it's very important as a player. Like, what do you have a choice of like what to do this month to become Paragon? So yeah, like this is down to you and what you're interested in, and yeah, that's. I hope they really kind of put that really puts into perspective there of like how much achievable it is. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think what I might do is kind of like do all Cav, do side quest, and do uncollected, and then kind of think about like grinding units, and then legendary event, then Grandmaster Gauntlet, and then see where Eternity of Pain is with rewards and stuff. So that may be where I kind of go. But as I said, you've got time, you've got perspective, you've got places to go and things to grind out, and yeah, let the good times roll with that. And the final tip is all about halls of healing and halls of gold and making use of this time. and preparing for Act 8.1. As I said, like, it's fairly likely that we're going to have information. I want to guess and say on Friday, or maybe the Friday after, we'll have information about Act 8.1. For me, that's the most like important content I'm interested in. Like, I'm not too interested with a lot of things in MCOC at the moment, just from an enjoyment standpoint, except for Grandmaster Gauntlet, because that is my favourite piece of content Kabam have put in this game. The rest is just being bang average at times. But yeah, like, I'm looking forward to Act 8.1 because it is fun. It was fun with Act 7. I came out with it with a smile, which is the first time with anything with this I've gone like, do you know, well done, Kabam. This was enjoyable. But yeah, like, to get to the facts, and that is saving resources and items. You'll go through the legendary event, which will kind of like be all about trading and preparation, which is great because it sets you up nicely for things like legendary event. Look out for things like the event quest ending deals. These are you can get at the end of Cavalier and the end of Uncollected. I was really annoyed because I forgot to kind of set an alarm to go and grab in the morning some of these deals, which was the World Heart Exploration Bundle. If you miss out on the Cavalier, wait for the one that's on Uncollected and get it. As a lot of you know, that it does give a lot of revives and gives health potions. Not as super as spicy as the Cavalier one, that's the best one, and yeah, good value for unit spend, so make sure to kind of use that as much as possible. But you will need kind of like a good amount of units for that. You know, luckily I've kind of grinded out a lot of them for free, so I can do that and also grab some more units at the same time, so happy days. But yeah, like, go to lower content. If you don't know already, there's places to go in Act 1 that give out some things like revives and health potions, and in some cases full energy refills, so go and do that whilst you get a chance, and save up for things like you know, Act 8.1 or Grandmaster Gauntlet or Eternity of Pain and other things like that. And look out for grabbing things like health potions and revives from the solo event. Do bear in mind though, if you are non-spending, to manage your stash. One of the biggest things that's so important is managing your stash, which I think I'm close to kind of like an edge there with four days left on those revives. So it's important to kind of like consider where you're managing this stuff, and I'll probably kind of like go, okay, well, I might reinvest this into like Eternity of Pain, especially as I've got a good amount, not a huge amount of revives, but again, it's down to organizing and managing your stash so you don't kind of go overboard. But yeah, that has been it. That has been the top 5 tips of the month for August. I said the wrong month then. Thank you very much for watching this video. Check out some other content which will be located on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.